In my current position, I've been working at Melwood since 2008.
Are computers and technology something that you've always been interested in?
Oh, yeah. It's been like that since I was a child. My family had the Macintosh, the Commodore 64, Windows.
You're taking us way back.
Well, anything came along, he was game for.
Right, yeah, he was very, very into gaming, anything to do with computers, and we encouraged that too, because we felt that it basically developed a sense of skills in him, especially gross motor skills. Okay.
Right.
What was it like growing up and going to school?
It was rough. I think to begin with, I'm kind of an impatient person, and so when things are not on schedule, I kind of get upset, agitated very easily.
What was your employment experience like before you came to Melwood?
It's been rough. I think to begin with, I had spent some time, working at Miller Farms, helping with the candy. And then there's this brief time at Walmart I wasn't really happy with. Just felt like my skills were being underused. Here I'm doing just pushing carts and feeling like I'm treated like garbage. My intelligence was being wasted over a lowly job of pushing carts. But before that, I did a few years in college.
Oh, do tell. Share a little bit about that.
Well, I did take some math courses. I was pretty much among the best, among the top of the class.
He killed the curve.
Right.
Did you say you were at the top of the class?
Yeah,
Yes.
math.
In math. So you excelled, you did well.
I started working St. Patrick's Day 2008
That's at Melwood.
at Melwood.
Yes. And you started as what?
The first thing was my first main job was clearing the database.
What are some of the different kinds of tasks you've taken on since you've been at Melwood?
I'm mainly in charge of the donations. Basically, when a donation comes in, I enter it into the database.
Why did you apply for abilIT?
For one part, to improve my computer skills, because while I kind of know, basic stuff, program-wise, trying to get a understanding inside and also troubleshooting. It was also to give myself a challenge.
I can't stress enough how important abilIT was to him during COVID, because it gave him a reason to get up, get on that computer, and do that day's work. And when he told me that he didn't understand some of the stuff and he was going out and finding problems online and working those, it just, totally floored me. And then we found out there were books that he could get, so we ordered those. And it was just so much easier for him. So then I'm on the road and he calls me and I said, just tell me, did you pass? And he said, well, I wanted to save it for when you got here. And I'm going, spare me. Tell me now. Because, it was so funny. And I was just so excited.
He gained some skills and he was able to keep moving. How did that make you feel as parents?
Stunned.
Absolutely elated. Okay.
Yeah.
And, it's just amazing. Like I said, is if you had told me back in March, this is where we were going to be, I would say there's no way we will never get to this point. Okay. And I mean, it's just amazing, how well and how far we've come. And, it's just, we're just overwhelmed.
Truly.
We're just overwhelmed.
Tell us more about your early experience becoming parents of a son of differing abilities. What was it like to help Joe enter education?
That's a rough one. We were told that he was not going to live to be 3. And so we never anticipated down the road that there would be these opportunities or problems, because the quote from Children's Hospital was, you'll find him dead in the crib from congestive heart failure.
It has helped me become more independent, be able to afford the stuff that I'm interested in, and help me learn some skills that'll help me in the future.
When the program first started, of course, we saw this as an opportunity for Joe. And I think Joe saw it as an opportunity for himself, but he was very, to be honest with you, scared. Okay. And I am so proud of him and what he has done. I mean, his ability now to get on a bus and get on a train and go somewhere and do things. It's just amazing. Now, he can get frustrated when things are running late, as you well imagine. Okay, how Joe is. Okay, things don't quite go right, but what happens was he's done it.
What has been the best part of abilIT to you, Joe?
I think the best thing to describe it is atmosphere. I think the PDT training stuff has some fun bits to it, like role-playing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think the computer stuff programs at your own pace. That way you don't have to worry about, being behind others. That's what helped me get comfortable with the program. The other students, see, these were people that were pretty much like me. They had different abilities. They had the same interests.
Sounds like you had to take some initiative, and you did just that. You took the initiative to look elsewhere and to study elsewhere to prepare you. So kudos to you for doing that.
Basically, when I first took the first A+ test for the second core,
okay,
it was got me kind of a little frustrated. When I failed it, I questioned whether I should continue or not.
That's part of what I think the program taught him to do was, hey, we can't teach you everything, but it's there. You go search it out and you'll find it. And if you're willing to dedicate the time and the effort, you will succeed.
So I want you to know that everyone on the Melwood team is so proud of what you've achieved during your time with us. We're glad that Melwood could be a part of your career path, of the positive changes that you wanted to make, because that's critical. You wanted to do it. So we'll stop here. Thank you so much for taking the time.